But yes, I just listened to the new album. It's flames. I'm sorry. It was a terrible time to drop the album. It's very insensitive. But he dropped the album and it's great. I'm a music fan before anything else. I'm sorry. I can't put your feelings before the music.
I was supposed to I can't lie. So the pot can't call it because I'm too black, right?
I would not date anyone 20 years older than me. I know that was fine back in the day because my parents had that going for them. I don't know, just 15 years.
It really depends. Like, I don't know. As I said, I don't know the girl. But, if she is of a similar socioeconomic standing or whatever, she's of a similar life standing, because he's an actor, so he knows people and he has a certain level in society, right? And he has a certain authority that comes with that because he knows people, he's famous, it just has an air around you.
I think, at 19, there is still so much for a girl she has to learn herself. She doesn't know what she really likes. There's just so much growing that she has to do.
So, I don't know whether she's also an actress or whether she is popular, whether she's just some, girl that he met, whatever. If that is the case, if the latter is the case, I don't really like that because that gives it a power dynamic.
He's 39. He's already gone through a lot of it. So there's just going to be a lot of things that they're not going to mesh on. She still wants to party. She's still going to want to do a lot of different things that a 19, 20, 21-year-old person is going to want to do. And he's at 39, 40, and he's like, I already did this. Imagine you out in the club, you 19, you hanging out with your 20-something-year-old friends, and you have this 40-year-old man behind you. You're just going to be like, it's not really your scene. Like, there's just going to be so much, there's a lot of differences that they're going to have to try and come together on.
As a person who was first right and as a person who has dated mostly older people, I would not want my kids to do it.
My child is not going to be dating somebody 20 years older than them. Or my son is not going to be dating somebody 20 years younger than him. I'm not for it.
It can be very confusing if you don't know yourself and if you're not fully grounded. Especially with an older person, because they don't always tend to be grounded, but they tend to know themselves better.
There's just going to be a lot of compromise. He's either going to have to act like he's childish and go down back to 20-year-old, or she's going to have to just be way more mature for her age and just not live her life.
You as a younger person, you're still finding yourself in a certain way, and you may not know as many things, you may not know how to set boundaries, and you may feel awkward setting a boundary with someone who has authority over you, right? So I don't like that.
You have to, it's like when little kids are like 19 and they want to feel like, or 16 and they want to feel like they're big. Like, live your life, man. Live a 16-year-old life. Live that teen life. Then go up and live that adult life. Don't rush it. Don't try and speed anything up. Just live it. Go with the flow. It wouldn't work. I would like to see how long it's gonna last before they break up, because they're not gonna last. I say they're not gonna last. But I'd like to see how long they live through it.
Jadena. The this week, the Breonna Taylor verdict, the Tory Lanez release, the childish men in the comments, as me suppressing rage.
Let King talk if you don't ride for Breonna, if you don't believe Megan, if you don't protect the women who have been protecting us.
Jadena, man, Jadena just speaks truth. I absolutely love him. That's my future husband right there.
Okay. It was some terrible reading, but let's see, what's my take? I disagree. This person tries to make it seem like you have to do all of these things, or you're anti-black women. Like, you don't have to ride for Breonna. You don't have to believe Megan. I don't think that doesn't mean like you don't be protecting black women.
Now I can come off with like some solid ignorance. I didn't even know the Breonna Taylor verdict happened. I ain't got a headed nut, but I was reading about it just like a second ago. That's crazy. That's unfortunate. That's really a terrible series of events that definitely needs reform and change in society, and hopefully we can push on a better situation.
But yeah, this week was really and truly just a heavy week. The whole Breonna Taylor verdict, that shit didn't make no type of sense to me. Are you going to charge the man? You're going to indict the man for shooting the bullet and endangering the neighbor, but not for killing the girl which the bullet hit. Like, how does that make any type of sense? But yet still, y'all paid out the family assessment for the murder, so y'all knew it was wrong, but still you're going to indict him for endangering the neighbor? The neighbor's life was more important than the woman that you killed? That should make no type of sense.
Now, in these cases, there's a direct contradiction to what I just said. But, like, it's hard to say that you support black women if you, like, take in stances that oppose each other.
Besides that, no, the Tory Lanez thing.
I don't even think this related to Breonna. What the correlation of it is, I think Tory Lanez should have been a little bit more sensitive to women in general, seeing that Breonna Taylor was just murdered by the police, and he has I don't know how to label his case, domestic violence, like whatever it is, with him and Megan.
I believe Meg the Stallion off rip. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I've heard, like, to me it's like, there's holes in the story, right? But the most, based on what we know, she was shot and you had the gun. It ain't much more I could, like, process beyond this, like, what other theory, like, let's say it's holes in the story or whatever, but, like, that's just, like, two of the most rawest facts that we have, and it's like, I can't see what else could happen. If there is something else, cool, I open to that information, but at the time being, that's the most evident thing to me, so I believe that.
That's their business, dog. Like, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, right? Now, I don't want to tell a victim that's not what happened, but the perpetrator saying that's not how it went down. Now, I feel like a lot of people taking this extremist stance, like if you don't blindly support somebody who was a victim, then you automatically, as an aggressor, you are part of the problem. I believe that, like, victims need, you know, I don't want to say special treatment, but they should be empathized with. You should, you know, reach out to them like they're humans.
The thing about it is that we didn't know what went down in that car. But I'ma still believe Megan because, yo, like, at the end of the day, like, the woman is always wrong when it comes to, like, you men be hyping up, like, Tory Lanez, like, da 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 da.
I've been a fan of Tory Lanez, I wouldn't say, like, for a long time. I know I listened to Chick's Tape back in, like, 2011, when, like, his first Chick's Tape, I thought that slapped. I used to fan this dude because I appreciate his story, like, as a dude who literally been fighting to get in the game from, like, 2009 until he popped off in, like, 2017, 2016.
I do think that Tory's album was insensitive, but from a business standpoint, it was an amazing time to release the album. The duality of it being the worst and best time to release the album is mind-boggling to me. Like, it's just amazing. It's perfect. French kiss. Mwah.
Like, no. Like, at the end of the day, he still shot her. I don't care if they were arguing before. I don't care if she was drunk. I don't care. At the end of the day, he still shot her.
But at the same time, like, if the story ain't logically making sense, then something is wrong. And now we get into the point, if we, like, have any type of skepticism over a story which we have fed bits and pieces, you know, a story built off skepticism, then we anti-woman or we anti-black women are part of the problem. I don't think that's necessarily a fair, like, fight, but then at the same time, everybody's not like me. Like, there are some extremists, or they say Megan lying, you know, King stand up.
You have security, why do you have a gun? Like, there's no reason for you to have a gun. There's never time for someone like you to have a gun anymore. You ain't in that place in your life no more. You literally should have dudes who you pay to carry the gun. I've heard, like, other stories about him always feeling like the need to have the gun. Like, there's been situations where other people had the gun and he's asked for the gun so he can handle the situation, which I think is, like, I don't understand that mentality. So yeah,
The Tory Lanez release, like,
I listened to the album. The album slap. I don't even pretend, but, like, I still don't be on the other side. Like, I understand because I focus more on, like, certain things musically, and I understand more, like, in terms of producing content, this is the ideal time to do it. And when you're an artist, the best thing you can do is present a good sounding music with your message in it. So the best response he could have given was doing this in terms of, like, who he is as a person, as an artist.
And what I don't understand is, like, yeah, let me go listen to this Tory Lanez artist. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. At the beginning of all of this, I never listened to Tory Lanez. I didn't know who the guy was. That was my business. Megan the Stallion, yeah, she's a bad not gonna lie. But even then, I don't really listen to her music that much. But hey, social media is a platform, we're all seeing it. So I'ma still say no. Even if I was listening to Tory Lanez, I would not have been listening to Tory Lanez after this. That is all.
Oh, damn! I still listening to R. Kelly. But yes, I just listened to the new album. It's flames. I'm sorry. It was a terrible time to drop the album. It's very insensitive. But he dropped the album and it's great. I'm a music fan before anything else. I'm sorry. You can't put your feelings before the music unless they in the music, which they are. So listen to the new Tory Lanez.
Like the thing is, I don't hate Tory Lanez. I can't say that because, like I say, but I appreciate his story and it's like something I kind of aspire to. Like I understand that grind coming up. I just extremely disappointed in him as a person. Like it's like seeing someone you look up to do some dumb shit. You're like, how could you do that? Like you was on the path to greatness. You was doing really great things, and this how you decide to throw it all away. I hate stuff like that. Like I said, I feel for Meg too, but I'm just like extremely disappointed in him as like a man, like as a person. Like that situation should never have happened.
I don't know, like the way this playing out, it just makes me more skeptical. Like, is this story even real? Tory saying that like she got shot from behind, but she don't know who shot her because she wasn't looking behind her. So it's just like, there's some back and forth, but I don't really I'm not jumping on the Tory ship. I'm not jumping on the Meg ship. I am sitting in my seat watching the movie unfolded before me and making comments on what I observed.